I used to just feel like I'm a living being but with a dead body. The life started from HR corporate work where I was working very well, and all of a sudden
I want to ask you this question that you
Yes.
said that you were lonely inside, you had people outside. So what do you mean by that statement?
it felt like I am surrounded with many people but inside I was totally lonely.
You had sold off your house also, you said.
Situations were as such that we were departing more because there was no conversation, me and my husband, all time of fights, argument, talks about separation.
Then what about your money area and your career area?
So from zero, I have now started taking high-paying clients, and I am earning in a month.
You've got a broken hand because with this hand you've been super active in the retreat.
It was like unbelievable. I was never thinking that I can be alive again.
So welcome to this podcast, Khyati. You are the Energy Empress now. So how do you feel about being the Energy Empress?
I feel now more responsible, not only towards my passion, but towards the contribution returning back to community as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this. So tell me about your journey. I mean, when did you join EQH and what started to happen in your life and why did you join? The most important question.
Yes, so the life started from HR corporate work where I was working very well, and all of a sudden I had to take a break from my work life, and I thought of looking out for something which I was very passionate about. So that's how I found a health field where I should work and help more people to build up their own health, not only physically but mentally as well. But one fine day when I got a news after working very well with my own health, and I conceived baby and delivery. After delivery, the COVID hit me like anything. So at that time I was totally low and down in all areas of my life. And that was a turning point for my life, that either I do something or die. So many emotional troubles, trauma and disturbances had come in my life at that time, and it felt like I am surrounded with many people but inside I was totally lonely. So at that time I was finding out someone who can help me, who can support me, but I understood that I was not supporting my own self also. And that's how one day I manifested someone and I found you, and I wanted to work.
I want to ask you this question that you
Yes.
said that you were lonely inside, you had people outside. So what do you mean by that statement? Lonely means what were you going through exactly inside? And was it because of the effect of COVID? Maybe you took the vaccines or what? I mean, what was happening at that point of time? Why did you feel low when things were good outside?
So during the COVID time and when I delivered a baby, it was just the initial phase of lockdown. And I hit with the postpartum depression where I had to leave my house because me and my husband both were jobless at that time. I had taken a break during my pregnancy time. See, he said that I'm doing good right now, so you just enjoy your pregnancy period. That's how I took a break, and that was one learning for me, that I should have started or kept on doing something, but I totally took a break and did a lot of things for my coming child. But the postpartum depression hit me so much that I had to live at my mom's house. He had to live at his own house. That was a time when I was down with the relationship also. We had no conversation, and all kind of challenges, relationship challenges started, work challenges started, because I've always been workaholic, and that hit my mental health. So, and I have always believed that, mindset is something which everything I can say, which works miraculously. And that got hit, and I was not understanding what's happening. So sleepless nights, crying, and I don't know why I'm crying, feeling like going for suicidal attempts. And I used to see my son's face and coming back. Fight with my own parents, and my father was the one who supported me, that I'm there here to take care of. So I was zero in all areas of my life, I can say at that time. At the same time, bank balance was zero sometimes 100. So that was the time which made me more to go into depression. I used to take my son in my lap, I used to feed him, and my mind used to go somewhere else. So those were the times where I was knowing that I don't want to go for medicines and all, but yes, what alternatives I can find out, because of which I can empower my life.
Yes.
And that's how I was searching something. I had that thought, but it was only 1%, and 99% I was into low energy. So all negativity was attracting me, but somehow I was trying to manage myself. I cannot say manage, but I would say I was controlling at that time to become perfect.
So you're controlling in what sense?
Controlling as in pretending that what I am not, showing people that I'm happy but I am not, and always crying in alone, sitting alone and crying, not to eat food, don't feel like bathing, nothing, I used to just feel like I'm a living being but with a dead body, living dead body. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
deep.
the time was, where I used to see my son's face and I used to think a lot. So overthinking, outburst, everything used to come at that time, and I used to control myself.
And you
That-
said that you were not even staying with your husband at that point.
yes.
Okay, so he also became jobless at that point.
Yes, because COVID had hit all the industries and traveling was nowhere found. So he had to also sit idle at home.
He was into traveling.
Yes, he's a
Okay.
tour guide. So he basically goes for international trips. So everything was closed and shut down. So he also had to sit at home.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you, I mean, you didn't have you had sold off your house also, you said.
Yes, we were in the rented house at that time, and any which ways after delivery, I was going to go to my mom's house. So my husband said like we will be saving our rental, otherwise we'll have to touch our savings also then. And I said okay, fine. Then I'll do one thing. Instead of staying 3 months at my mom's house, will let me stay there for 6 months. But situations were as such that we were departing more, because there was no conversation, me and my husband, no such relation, only that we were like together. So he has his own stress and traumas, I have my own, and all time of fights, arguments, and uh, talks about separation, and those kind of things were happening. My mother was also having societal fear that everyone is asking why she came back to mom's house with son, and normally people's mothers stay for 3 months. She's for 10 months, she's with her mother right now. So what is the situation? So she also had to go through a little bit of mental trauma. So those were the scenes at that time.
I totally understand. So then what happened? I mean, what did you do after then you entered EQH, right, at that moment?
Yes.
That time. So
Yes.
tell me your journey now and, after. How did you, I know now that you're financially independent. I mean, you're living a free life and things are getting better, but let's talk about the process. So what did you do after that?
So during my pregnancy time, as I said that I was taking my son on my lap, I used to feed him, and my mind was running somewhere else. I was searching someone who can help me out with making my life better. And once I saw your ad and I joined your community, so the process was as such that I was doing gratitude, but with half-hearted, without any feelings. It was just automated, like by default. I know that I'm supposed to do, but there's no vibrations inside it. And that was the time when I took a decision that let me take a hold with your community, with your systems. And I've understood one thing, what you always said, that don't chase the motivation, always chase the systems which will last with you forever. So that's how slowly, gradually I worked with my own self also. I started taking care of my son also, and I found out there was a hope, that there is a chance where I can rebuild myself, my own life, not only in work life, but personally also I can upgrade myself again. And that's how I thought of coming back to my own self. First I started working within myself, my inner strengths, and then I started working with my outer strengths also, to give back to the society, as I said. So that's how I took the process in my hand, slowly, gradually, setting up my routines, morning routines, night routines. And that was also not working out, because we know that child, when it's small, 3 months, 6 months, we have to work according to their schedule. So I used to always fight with my own schedules, that I'm not able to do it, I'm not able to prioritize myself, I have to give sleepless nights to my son and all. So that's how slowly, gradually I started adopting the ways, the tools, techniques which you started providing me. And with those things, I started aligning them into my thoughts, emotions, beliefs. I changed a lot of beliefs also, because I used to always feel now that this is the end, this is what my life will be forever. That was so hard in myself after going through lots of ups and downs, and having this roller coaster thing which is happening in my life. I felt like, okay, this is it. But this process of working on myself, my energies, and my thoughts, beliefs, I got a hope that yes, I can rebuild myself.
So you
Yes.
got a hope that time, you're saying. But
Yeah.
then you also, that hope actually turned into reality.
Yes.
Yes. So tell me any tools, any practices that you did which particularly help you to actually rebuild. And in what way did you rebuild yourself?
Yes. So initially I was doing gratitude writing and I continued doing it, but a little bit of change I did, and that was I was just thinking about something, I just was writing gratitude. But then I took a time, I introspected like what is going within me and the things which I want to forgive or something which I was complaining, blaming about. I started focusing on those things and changed those complaints into blessings. And that's how I gave gratitude to my relationship, my husband. I used to always complain about those things earlier. I started shifting and changing the energies where I was giving negatively. I thought of let me shift it and rewire it with positive attempts.
Yes, yes.
And that's how gratitude played a very important and big role in my life. Not only my life started changing, but people around me, my husband, my mother-in-law also started changing, and that was miraculous. Like I was wondering, itna bolne ke baad bhi they are not changing, and without saying them, I don't know what magic happened at that time, and my suddenly fights with mother-in-law got reduced. In fact, she used to come and then ask me about my schedule. Have you eaten food? She used to start taking small care about me. My husband started changing. He started a little bit understanding me, a bit of respecting me, my thoughts, my words. And that's how gratitude played an important role. But apart from that, the morning energizers which you give us, and at the same time, the Ho'oponopono and EFT also played an important role in my life. So that was the major technique which I used in my life by doing it continuously. Whenever I used to get triggered with any emotions, I used to start doing EFT. And whenever I used to blame someone, I used to start doing Ho'oponopono, that how did I attract this? Let me just introspect that how I am responsible for this. And that's how I started coming out of those sensitive situations, I can say, which were earlier putting me down in my life. So those were the times. And
Amazing.
minor work, as in like mirror work, those all things I used to do it. I used to never get time. Honestly, I was not prioritizing as well. But yes, I used to think that at least let me start. At least let me start. However, whatever I can. So even I don't have a mirror in front of me, I just used to visualize that I have a mirror and I'm looking at it, and used to start doing mirror work.
So what I'm getting from your discussion
Yes.
is that it's consistency.
Yes.
Which you're talking about. It's not about ki mirror hai, nahi hai. But everybody knows the techniques, practices, but not everybody is consistent. And you added consistency into your life, where you started actually day by day, you started reflecting upon how your life was and how can you shift. And I'm sure the community also played a very important role over here in uplifting you, right?
Yes.
So would you all like to talk about that?
Yes, community slowly and gradually started becoming my family, where I was thinking that my family, I have everyone. I was saying a gratitude that, I used to think that there are many people who don't have family around them. I have it, and still I'm not considering them. But still, because of the situations which were happening around, I was not able to accept it. Even though I was doing initially when gratitude practice. So I made EQH as my own family, my own hub, my own people. And I used to always say that, I've got new mom and dad like Ritu Agarwal and Nikunj Agarwal, and mentors are always my sisters and like that. So that's how I started, just making few imaginary stories, and that's how I came more here. I started helping people from the problems and challenges I have overcome. I had overcome earlier, and in the community, people are suffering from those recently also. I started helping out them.
I remember that, because I remember you helping them with Instagram, with YouTube, because not everybody is tech savvy.
Yes.
If anybody wants to reach out, and Khyati used to be like, I'll take a class for them. I
Yes.
remember that, yeah.
So that's how I used to get, in return, I used to get a lot of power. And I used to understand that, okay, I am saying myself that I'm not enough. I'm nothing. I'm left out with nothing. And I have a lot of potential. I have a lot of strength, and I'm not using it. I'm not maybe managing it. It's just a mismanagement of a lot of things. Like I can say processes or structure. Everything was very much unstructured because I was not slowing down, and I wanted everything, like I was chasing a lot. So that's what was not giving me the success what I wanted. But when I started helping out here and they started saying that thank you Khyati, that we changed this, we shifted from this to this, then my hope turned into reality.
Yes.
That yes, Khyati can also do it.
Amazing.
And that's how.
So tell me about your wins now, financial wins, and what have you spoke about your relationship. So now that your husband and you, are you living together now?
Yes, we are living together.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's a super good news. And you're living with your mother-in-law, with everybody together, or what is it like?
Yes, we are living together right now. It's just because of this recent accident which happened. I'm staying at my mom's house for a couple of months, but he's there. He always comes there. He visits me. So earlier this was not there. It was weeks when we used to not talk, not meet. Now we are doing that in a day. At least we have a phone call if even we are busy. So that's how it is. And any work comes up, we do here and there. We do travel from my mom's house to my in-laws' house. But yes, we are together now.
Together now.
Yes.
That's a super good news. And what about your money area and your career area? Have you restarted it completely?
Yes. So what I understood was, along with the consistency, the important part which played in my life was alignment. So when I aligned myself, not only the relationship with my own self, but with my husband as well, that was the one thing which was stopping me to grow in my other areas of my life, financial growth or health and everywhere. So when I decluttered from my relationship issues, I saw that immediately my health was I was getting more healthier. So my sleeps first got settled. I started sleeping with nice sleep, decent sleep, with a good quality of sleep, and anxiety attacks went off, overthinking was gone, and along with those small things, I had PCOD, which I reversed at that time, and my periods were not regular, so that started coming up. So everywhere I was seeing that there was a stress which was playing a role, and because of which I am behaving not mindfully but emotionally. So my health actually started shifting. The skin allergies which I had started getting, it's called as fungus. So that also was reduced and disappeared. So those things started with my health. The minor changes were always there, like hair fall, saggy skin, and I am younger, but I feel that I see, when I see in the mirror, I see that I'm looking older. So every sort of things were coming from all walks of life for health. So those all things started shifting, and people started telling me that, oh, you don't really look like married person also. So I used to feel like, oh my God. So just shifting internal world, it's reflecting in my outer world. So that was my health challenge, and I overcome it with my mental health first, because my mental health was stopping and my physical health was not allowing to get the result what I wanted. So I started working on my mental health through the techniques which you have given us, affirmations, declarations, and those things I started, and my mental health started growing, becoming better, and that's how I then saw the natural effects on my physical health as well. Yes.
Yeah, so let's talk about your career, because I know Khyati to be a corporate woman, always wanting to, grow in her career. That's what I know, that
Yes.
you can't do without work. So let's talk about that.
Yes, so in my career field, basically from initial days when I started after my college working, I found out that I was very workaholic, dedicated and all, which stopped in between. So that was also pinching me somewhere inside. So after the downfall in my life, when I delivered a baby, I was struggling with my career thing. Where should I go? What should I do? How should I restart, rebuild it? And at that time, I thought of something like, let me work with the health part only, which is always been passionate about me, my own strengths. So that's how I went ahead with those things. I started certifying myself with a lot of courses, because I understood that I was not able to work at that time, being an ambitious female. But I thought of, let me just certify myself with a lot of other courses so that I can upgrade myself by the time when I am ready to go out. So that's how it helped me a lot to get more strength, more confidence and conviction that yes, I can do it. And then I slowly and gradually, when I joined EQH, I was doing nothing. It was the time when the money was an issue. My husband used to not support me financially. So I used to do a small kind of a job works, like being an HR, I used to do resume designing at home, or sometimes creative designs and all, or just taking free coaching sessions for people, for especially women. And that's how I was doing everything, but I was doing at no cost. So in return, I was not gaining anything. But along with the structure which I got from here with the business strategy calls which you people give us, Nikun sir give us. So from there I actually structured my whole program also, and that's how I built my health coaching program. So from zero, if I say, I have now started taking high paying clients, and I am earning now 1.5 lakhs fixed in a month. So that's the one achievement. And along with that, I started doing an e-commerce business, and also me and my husband being into travel industry, we started arranging few of the domestic trips. That was also a one source of income which I upgraded, and that's how I turned into multiple source of income.
Lovely.
So financially, I would say that I had also attracted a huge amount, which was again on the basis of manifestation. At the time, Diwali time, I was trying to, sold out one property which was not getting it sold. And after doing the quantum healing and other rituals, I found out that that was also closed. And I achieved a huge amount from that as well. So that's how I grown not only financially but career as well.
Amazing, super. So now you call yourself as a health coach, certified health coach?
Yes, I call myself as health and mindset coach.
Health and mindset coach.
Yes.
Brilliant. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing it. So all areas are getting aligned now.
Yes.
And I know that's going to grow more and more. So now tell me what no one, if I would ask you this line, what no one ever told me is, what would that be?
That no one told me was that you slow down. So I was running and taking the pace because I was empowering more with the negative thoughts that, my age is growing, I have a child, I'm not earning, there's no savings. So those all talks which were within me was not allowing me to grow. And I was just running. Ye bhi kar lu, wo bhi kar lu, this opportunity, I should grab that. But when I just told universe that please give me some sign or symbol what I'm supposed to do, and all of a sudden I was just cleaning my bookshelf, and suddenly out of all books I took one book in my hand and I opened it. Rest all was like I just cleaned and kept it again. That book was named as Slow Down. I said, what's this? Slow down. And I saw it when I opened it. And when I opened it, it was the page number 6 where it was said that slow down so that you can speed up later.
Yes. For you, that was the message.
Yes. And that was a turning point again for me, turning my hopes into coming my successes true. So at that time, I understood that this was one thing which nobody told me, because whenever I used to share about my journey to anyone, everyone used to tell me, come on, do it. You have no more time. You are aging now. You have a baby, So that stress was getting transferred to me, and I was transforming that stress into my personal life also.
Yes.
So that's how I then slowed down. I started taking one step at a time, small things, Even if I am sometimes missing anything, rituals which I was doing, I just thought of coming back on the track. Without thinking about anything that my yesterday was wasted, or again have to start. I just used to get back on the track without doing anything, without thinking a second thought. I just used to just come back and jump on wherever I am, let me just start again. So that was not been told to me by anyone.
Amazing. Super, super. God bless you. So anything else which you want to talk to the audience and tell them?
Yes, I would just say that, what I understood in my whole journey was I had actually broken my nervous system. And when I started fixing my nervous system, it was all aligned with my energies, emotions, and it was basically body, mind, and soul. So I would say just don't work on the outer resources. I would say work on your inner resources also. There are always abundance in our world, and if you intend to do anything, you set priorities, you set boundaries, you will definitely achieve what you want in your life.
Amazing. God bless you with this. So one last question which I have is, you've got a broken hand right now. So anything you would like to share, because with this hand you've been super active in the retreat which we just had, right? So you were charged up. So I mean, what got you with this broken hand, and how did you come with this broken hand to this retreat?
Yes, so the time I broke my hand, and at that time immediately one thought came in my mind, and that was, I have broken my hand but not my energies.
Love it.
And that's what I learned from you very beautifully, which I'm very much possessive about now. Because I always tell everyone that, whenever you have to take any decision, just think, is it going to take away your energy, or is it going to give you energy? Is it going to take away your peace, or is it going to give you back? So that's what gave me very much power to decide on what next has to be done in my life. And that never gave me regret or guilt or resentments, and gave me a lot of power to grow again. So that I think I would say that is the one thing which gave me more power, and I did not wanted to go back and fall back on those low energies days where there were like it was like unbelievable. I was never thinking that I can be alive again, so I did not wanted to pay that cost again.
Yes.
Which was not monetary, but it was a very huge cost which I was paying.
That. So come
and
what may, even if
yes.
I have a broken hand, but my spirit is
Yes,
still charged.
Yes, and I understood one thing, that the outburst, whatever was happening inside, was happening very silently. I was thinking that it's happening loudly, but when I analyzed it and when I aligned with a lot of things, I understood that it was very silent, which was happening slowly, but it was giving me a very huge breakout.
Yes, amazing. God bless you, Khyati. All the best for your coaching, all the best for your life, and I'm sure you'll rock it now.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, my dear.
Ma'am, can I ask you one question?
Yes, please.
You have always been saying that, you chase systems over motivation. So what truly a woman can have a shift in their life when they would start working and building up their own inner systems? Like, what should they do if they don't focus on the motivation and they focus on their inner building in their inner systems, basically, how they can get the shifts in their life also?
So this goes beyond saying. I mean, if you're working consistently, so systems are systems. System is, okay, my morning system, my evening system, my rituals basically, which you'll do consistently no matter what. Like we brush our teeth.
Yes.
Like you'll never forget to brush your teeth, right? So in the same way, if you never forget to do certain things, and if you make, say for you, I would say if there was gratitude, and if you make gratitude the way of your life, it's not like when things are good, I'm grateful. Can I just be grateful for even little things like the food I eat and the staff which is helping me, or any person, and not just for the good things, even for the things which did not work out for me. Universe, thank you. I'm sure you've done something good, right, in this situation also. So I'm just saying for you, so since you believe a lot in gratitude, but if we have this as a ritual, and if we have built systems in our life, right, the shift has to happen, because life is an echo. Whatever goes on internal is reflecting outside, right? So I can chase money, I can chase love, and when I chase something, it's more of desperate, right? That means I don't have it.
Yes.
If I don't have it and then I'm chasing something, like it's like again I would say like a kid, who's breaking toys every day and asking for new toys. And then you have a small kid. So will you give your kid a new toy if he's breaking or if he's not taking care of the old toys? So if I'm not grateful, if I'm not thankful, if I'm not taking care of what I already have in my life, God doesn't give me more. The universe knows that she will not be able to handle it. Right? But we want money. We want a successful career. But are we ready for it? Right? But if you build systems, if you build routines, if you build rituals, then slowly, gradually you'll be ready for it. And then things will start coming your way.
Wonderful.
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for creating such a great space for inspiring many more.